Why you always in the mood? I'm acting brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool.
Welcome back to Bug Between Us Girls. I'm your host, Lola.
And I'm Etta.
Welcome back, everybody. Woo! Our fans are here. Not our subscribers, but our fans are here watching
Our
faithfully.
sneaky peekers.
Yes. We're up to over 500 views. They took some away today. Did you notice that?
No.
They took about 30 views away. I don't know how that works, but they did.
Shady.
Yes. But we have about 45 subscribers on our way to 500.
Hello. What's happening?
Yes.
Sneaky peekers.
It's crazy. But we've had a good week. You've had a good week?
I've had a good week.
Yeah, I had a good week too. All right, well, let's get into our first segment. Remember, the choices are to set off what made us mad.
What's good? Something we're excited about.
Say less, something juicy.
And fasten your seatbelt. Something that you just know ain't going to end well.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have one for this
All
week.
right, go
Okay.
ahead,
And
share
mine
with the
is
fans.
what's good. Yesterday, I made bread.
What?
For the first time. Let me tell you, I am really bad with anything related to dough. I can't make it. I can't rise it. I don't know what you call it.
We can't keep up with it?
So, but yesterday was a masterpiece. You tried it, didn't you?
Yes, it was so good.
It was so good. And I'm going to do it today. I don't know if I'll ever buy bread ever again.
Yes, you can watch that video somewhere. Where's it posted?
It's on TikTok.
Under the name?
Edamame.
Run those views up, people. Learn how to make some bread. You like that? She'll put more stuff out.
And it's nice and slow because, it's my first time. So you can catch up. You can go pull out your materials. Very easy.
Yes, time to go to the market, come back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll still be on that same video.
I know. I don't even know if it loaded. It was so damn long. I might need to do
No,
part
it
one.
loaded. I watched it.
Come back for part two. Like, I should do stuff like that.
Yeah, you should have did 2 parts. That would have been good. Yes,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to segment. What's our segment 2?
3, question of the day.
No.
Oh, segment 2. Sorry.
What's
on the watch list? Look at us talking in harmony.
Okay, so what have you been watching?
We watched something together. Adolescence.
Please don't watch it. Like, you know those shows that you start? It's a limited series, and it's like Netflix. And it's good. Like, every episode is good. I think there's like 5 episodes maybe. I might be wrong.
4.
Don't quote me. But anyways, regardless, you're like, oh my God. Like, it's pretty good. How's this going to end? It ends with you not knowing how it ends.
Yes.
Like, the fuck?
Those are horrible. It's like The Sopranos ending. Everybody talks about how it just goes to black screen. Don't ask me nothing else about that. Neither one of us watch Sopranos. But I heard people upset that it goes to black screen. Maybe we should watch Sopranos. Everybody says it's a great show.
It seems too, serious.
No, it's supposed to be really good. Everybody loves it, but they always talk about the ending just ending with a black screen. You don't know what happened. But Adolescence almost feels like a true story when you're watching it. It's about a boy who murders a classmate. And at one point we were even asking each other, did he really do it? Like, did he murder the classmate?
Yeah,
you don't
and
know.
There's video footage, but it's from far away, so it could be his friend because they kind of look alike.
Right, especially from the back. His face is never facing the camera. But I just felt so bad for that father who was in there with him, and he was like, no comment. Because his lawyer told him to say no comment. So he wasn't just saying no comment just to say it. But his lawyer was like, just answer no comment. We're going to go with no comment. And, the cops was like, well, how are we going to get anywhere if you just keep saying no comment? He was like, no comment.
Yeah.
And then, they pulled out the video, and you could just see it all over the father's face. Like, you stuck by your child in that moment. And then it shows up that it's done.
Yeah.
On the video. But I wonder if he would have asked his son afterwards, was that you? And did his son say it wasn't him after that?
He just kept saying it's not me.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Like,
he
if
never
that was
admitted it to it.
your oldest had happened and then they showed the video, and if he said, no, that wasn't me, I would still believe it wasn't him.
No, me too. And I'd be like, did you guys do a facial recognition? Did y'all
you don't see the back of
in?
his head.
Is there DNA evidence? Yeah. Where's the knife?
But I guess what clothes your child wore out. But why was your child outside at 9 o'clock at night?
And
he was 13 years old.
Clothes? Where are those clothes?
Yes. Like he's good enough to hide the clothes. Like, what are we talking about?
Too many unanswered questions. And then it's like, oh, next week is their court case, right? Where we're going to find out if he really
After
is.
After 13 months.
Yeah, guilty or not guilty. Didn't even show us the court case.
No,
we don't.
But he decided to plead guilty.
He did decide,
and that could have been just after being in jail for a year. Like that's a long time to be in jail.
Yeah.
And his parents were being like tormented.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything. They were writing on their car. All the neighbors outside, but nobody saw a thing. Mm-hmm. Like it was just horrible. Like that was a horrible life to live. From the family perspective on it, it's horrible to be in jail if you didn't do the crime, especially being 13. But your family having to deal with it and being called, parents of rapists or parents of killers or whatever.
It's crazy. But there is one show I've been watching, and I'm going to be very quick because I want to move on. But that stresses me out. And I only watched it because you had mentioned at a previous episode, I think it was episode 1 or 2, about Temptation Island Brazil or something.
Oh, yeah.
So Temptation Island on Netflix started here in the U.S., it just stresses me out. And I don't know why I continue to watch it. It is so toxic. And then I sit there with my husband on the couch like, what would you do? Like, how would you have handled that situation? It's like we on Temptation Island couch series.
It might be a good show. I mean, like, I watched that 90 Days the Other Way, which I find amazing that anybody's going the other way. Like, and then they upset when they get there and they be like, oh, you don't have a refrigerator in your house? You see where they live. No, they ain't got no refrigerator in their house. And then get upset about it. You left America and went to somebody else's place. Like, you should know where you're going.
How they don't have a refrigerator, but they
some places don't have.
But they can chat. Come on now.
I don't know. But you're going someplace that you know don't have no refrigerator in their house. Like, they go shopping every day. Some people live like that. Yeah, but they have a show where people that used to be on the show watch the show on their couch and then give you, like, critique of it. So it could be like that. Y'all could do that for Temptation Island. You could have another pie class. Although her husband probably would not have to stop the thing just so he could talk. Like, y'all talking now? Like, I'm trying to watch TV show, y'all talking. I got to pause it. Y'all let me know when y'all finish. Shout out to Dennis. Did Dennis want to shout out this week? Somebody wanted to shout out.
Kendall.
Oh, Kendall. Another husband. Oh, yeah.
Not my another husband.
Yeah, not her another husband. But yes, for all our Ravens fans, you probably wouldn't like Kendall. But for the rest of y'all, woo-woo, he is the man. Thanks for watching, Kendall. Coach Kendall, that is. Use the right title.
All right, segment 4.
And the family, sorry. The kids and the wife. Woohoo.
Segment 3.
Yep, question of the day.
All right, I'm gonna read it. You wrote it, I'm gonna read it.
It worked so well.
I know.
Y'all should answer the question of the day about your friend.
In the comments.
Yeah. Or about us if you know us.
Yes. All right. When is a time you felt closer to me than you expected to?
You want to go first?
I go first. Okay, so that I felt. So there's 2. Okay, that I've been going back and forth. So I'm just going to share both.
Okay.
Very quickly. So my friend over here was afraid or is afraid and is better able to of pregnant women.
Oh, I thought you were going to say mice. I'm going to say, what's that talking about now?
Well, that too, but no. So I asked her to be my firstborn and then my second and my third, but godmom. And I didn't know how it was going to work. She accepted. We're so grateful and blessed. But she accepted, but I'm like, well, how's this going to work? Because, like, godmom, she was my only, like, best friend around that, could potentially, help organize my baby shower, that would be there during my birth and, like, all that stuff. And I asked the one person in the world that's afraid of pregnant women.
Yeah, I had passed out on a couple of occasions. It makes me nauseous. Pregnant people to this day make me nauseous.
Yeah. No hate to y'all, just it's a feeling, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, but let me tell you. So I didn't expect all of the things she had to push through to be there for me, like her selfishness in that whole process, because she not only threw me a bomb-ass baby shower where I was very pregnant. And mind you, the whole time, except for the baby shower, I wore very baggy clothes just to make her not feel uncomfortable. But my baby shower had to turn up. No. Anyways, so she threw me a really nice baby shower. She was at the hospital, and not only was she at the hospital because she's also afraid of tiny babies, she took care of Aaron in the hospital so I can rest because my husband was snoring. Like he had just come out of surgery on the couch on the little pullouts. But anyways, yeah, so that is one. And two was when you lost your dad. I didn't expect her to first call me, or me be the first person she called to, Etta, can you come here and check? And I was there. I came right away. And I think that is a very unexpected feeling of feeling close, if that makes sense, because she was there for me. She's always been there for me, and I needed to be there for her. And I have a thing too about being in the same house as someone that's passed away, and I needed to push at that point. Like, she's pushed for me, I gotta push back. But yeah, so those are mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I have two too.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to start with a sadder one and then move on to the happier one.
Okay.
So, when we went to Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I didn't expect the Connecticut trip to be anyway a memorable, good trip. We were taking my parents' ashes up to be put with my brother who's buried in Connecticut. And it was just going to be us two. And we really didn't even plan anything. It was that was the task we had, even though we was going to be up there for a couple of days. Mm-hmm. But Adam made sure everything that I ever talked about happened. And that was really nice. Like, for once, somebody thought about me. Because I usually am the person that think about everybody else. And make sure they get, even when we go on trips, I'll be like, so kids, what do you want to happen on the cruise? What are you looking forward to, you know? And I'm trying to make sure that happens, that they get to experience that. So for that to happen was amazing. And, you know, now when I think about Connecticut, it's not a sad thing to think about because, you know, I really did do something wonderful up there and got to experience Connecticut as an adult and not as a kid, you know, where you're just dragged from place to place and you don't get any say of what you do or when you do it. And you don't really appreciate it because you're a kid and you don't think about it. So that was one event. And then, this is coming out of nowhere, friends, but
probably for me too.
The first time Etta invited me over our house after she got married. So me and Etta, I didn't really consider us that close. Like if we were close, I would have went to the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, although I went to the wedding here in Maryland, you know, engagement party here in Maryland, but everybody went. Like, it felt like everybody was there.
We weren't close though in the beginning.
Right.
You were closer to Dennis than you were to me.
Right, but even so, you know, and I don't visit people's houses. I just don't do that. Any friend that's listening to this now probably thinking, when has she been over my house lately? Because I haven't. I'm not a visitor of houses because growing up after an event happened, I didn't like people visiting my house. So I didn't feel like I need to visit somebody else's house because then they're going to be expected an invitation back. And I wasn't going to give that. So to be welcomed in was amazing. Even though they didn't answer the door the first time. I thought it was a joke.
I found this out a couple years later. Actually, I didn't know. She knocked and then like went back to her car. Like was gonna roll out. And then did I text you like where are you at or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was amazing. But let me also say this because I know this gentleman is watching this right now. But her dad did something for me that I'll never forget. That was amazing. And I'll never have a chance to ever say that again. He won't know it. Yes, your dad. But after my parents left, he said something to me about, I am now part of his family and I don't have to worry about anything else. And that meant the world to me. So, thank you.
Okay, this is not that show.
If you knew how father, he speaks English, but he doesn't speak a lot of English. you know, but he speaks a lot to me because, you know,
and it's usually jokes. Right?
Yes,
like my dad's never serious.
Yes.
Like never serious. So that's a very serious thing.
Yeah, so he like stopped me in my tracks and said that. So that was an amazing feeling.
Oh, that's good. All right. Well, this next segment ain't really gonna take long because we don't like to talk about it too much.
And we don't got much time left. But we're talking about relationships and co-workers.
Your relationships with your coworkers.
Yeah, so you might have seen a little bit of this in episode 4 when we talked about fake friends, and we kind of started talking about co-workers and what are they considered. So I guess I could start since you start the last one. Mm-hmm. I have some really great co-workers. I mean, some of my co-workers, I'm a person that believes either I like you a lot or I don't think about you.
There's no
like it's no hate. Like it's just that you're not my person. You're not my person. You're not my vibe. We don't like the same things. We don't laugh at the same things. So you may be a nice person. I just don't think about you any, other time than here's a form, sign it. Here's a form for this, bring it back. So the few co-workers I have made that I really like, that I see outside of work, and some that I don't see outside of work because we're just so busy, but we always go, oh, we should meet for lunch or we should do that. It's some really nice people. To find a great co-worker, because I've had some horrible ones too, is a great thing. Mm-hmm. What you want to say about your co-worker?
Yeah, so my thought of work and my co-workers is held at a very high standard. And I think that leads me to feeling failed, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say that is like when I have a supervisor or I have a coworker or, whatever, like I feel like I have their back 100%. Like if anybody tries to say someone didn't do something, I will make sure that person knows that this is what's being said and make sure you're doing it if you didn't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like not in a snitch kind of way, but like I'm looking out for you. I'm always going to look out for you. Like I don't go and talk behind people's backs. Or unless I'm wrong, like if someone did something wrong to me, like I'll be like, hey, Asha, watch out, because she did it to me, she'd do it to you. Right. Like that. I have an amazing supervisor who is on maternity leave right now, but she's really awesome. And then I have 2 people in office that I see only on Mondays, and they're my lunch buddies, and I trust them. I mean, I hope so, right? Like, I hate to say it that way because you just don't know who to trust anymore. But like, it's pretty good. It's just, there are a few, and you're never going to have a perfect staffing, right? And there's some that just, it seems fake. Sorry. Yeah. It's so fake.
You know what I'm always interested in? The age gap. Do you feel like it's a big age gap between the people you're really close to at work or they're around your age? Now, I hope for anybody out there, they don't think we think you old. Because that's not it. So, but some of my nicest co-workers have been like older people. Yeah, like have grandkids maybe. Or or they'll say one day, oh, my child's having a grandkid. You'd be like, oh, like you didn't even realize, that they were at that part of their life.
Yeah, I think our team is anywhere from very late 20s. Like the last years of your 20s to 45.
Oh, you got young coworkers.
Pretty young, I think. I mean, again, I don't know. The ones at least I'm immediately in direct contact with. Yeah, pretty young, I guess. But yeah, no, I don't think the age has ever been a problem. They could be 80 and they would be my homie.
Yeah. I mean, some of my closest coworkers are getting ready for retirement. I
know, didn't you go to a few retirement parties last year?
Yes. And the year before that.
Yeah.
I always get the same shirt, do it yourself. I'm retired. And everybody loves that shirt. If you ever need a retirement shirt, that is the one to get. But I was just looking at my retirement this morning. So, yeah.
How long do you have till you can retire? Or you?
I'm not going to retire.
I was going to say.
Yeah, but they sent me that thing today, and I looked it up. So yeah, you don't.
I looked at mine. It was like for full retirement, you're going to have to be 102. So I was like.
But talking about coworkers who we don't like, because we gotta give them a little love too. So I remember in the past having a coworker that we just did not get along. Like, I'm a person that don't express that, as I just said. I either love you or you all right.
Kasha has a way of literally you talking to her, and if she does not want anything to do with you, she has no shame in turning her back and walking the other direction.
I'm done with the conversation. We got the work done. Let's move on to something else. Like, I'm not gonna small talk somebody. I don't need the small talk. So, but you know, I did all of my work, and I remember one day, even one of the coworkers, Janet, saying to my supervisor, "Why do you talk to her like that?" Like, and I was like, "Janet, don't worry about it." She was like, "No, she has no right to talk to you like that." I think other people got more upset about it than me, because you know it's just a job. Do you really not
get that upset, or you just internalize it, or you put it in a place in your brain, piggy bank, where you don't think about it anymore? Because first of all, I know Janet; she's amazing. If you watch this, shout out, and she is 100% got your back at work, or had it.
Yeah, she retired.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't. I mean, there's times when we're at the restaurant and I want to beat up somebody because she's just like, okay, I guess I won't eat it. I'm like, no, the hell you won't. I said, why there ain't no bacon on this? Didn't she say no mayo?
I guess because it's work. Like, work stuff you gotta leave at work. Like, I think people who make issues at work, their whole life revolve around work. And I got other stuff going on. I got godkids. I got friends. You know, I got people I consider family that I'm not taking home that stress. You're not going to, and I'm not letting nobody break me out of character. Like, that's your business. You want to go crazy? Go crazy. I mean, even, you know, just last year when the lady went off on me in the middle of the rehearsal, it's like, I'm not going off back. I'm just not that type of person. You're not going to drag me out of you're not going to drag me out of my character just because you want to, you know, join the circus for the day. That's not me. So.
I couldn't. I can't. I mean, it's two different personalities. I respect and I envy that sometimes, and then sometimes I'm like, gosh, say something. But you know, I can't. I think that might be, but then again, it's like, I think I'm that way because I want someone else to be the same exact way to me. You know, like if I go up to a coworker and they ask me something and I'm super straightforward with them, like I didn't sugarcoat it. I never sugarcoat it, okay? But it's like, would you rather have me not told you that and gone and told 50 other people? Or would you like for me to, like, you know what I mean? I can't. I'm a very likable person. I don't understand. When someone doesn't, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Right. Right.
What is wrong with you? Like, I'm a team player. I will pick up your slack. Like, as long as you are super nice and you're not shady and you're not doing anything crazy, like, I'm such a teamwork player. Like, yeah.
And I'm a team player no matter what you're doing, because I got to get it done and move on with my life.
Not me. I will have a meeting and a one-on-one and a spreadsheet due the second you cross me.
Oh my goodness.
And I will not help.
Well, this was a great talk about coworkers.
Yes.
We're glad y'all joined us again. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We want to get at least 10 more.
That would be
this
nice.
week. That would be great. So go to your parents' house, get their phone, hit the subscribe button.
Go to your neighbors.
Yes.
Tell them you ran out of charge. Grab their phone.
Yes. I just went to saw one friend and I subscribed them. They didn't even know they had YouTube on their phone. I was like, oh my gosh, subscribe. So get out there and subscribe.
Do some work.
Yes.
I'm sure we've crossed paths and we've done stuff. Okay?
Yes. We done gave y'all a name, the bugs. Go out there and work. Y'all are co-workers now.
Let's see how this relationship works out.
All right, so we'll see y'all next week at Bugs Between Us Girls. Woo!
Why you always in the mood? I'm acting brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool. Baby, I ain't playing.